Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss the remaining topic of ionization enthalpy from classification of elements and periodicity in properties. Okay, let us start. The first ionization enthalpy of elements having atomic numbers up to 60 are plotted in figure 3.5. The periodicity of the graph is quite striking. You will find the maxima at the noble gas. In the case of noble gas, neon is a noble gas, closed electron shell and very stable electronic configurations. The ionization enthalpy is minima in the case of alkali metals. Ionization enthalpy is maximum in the case of neon, that is noble gases, and minimum in the case of lithium, that is alkali metals. The minima occur at alkali metals and their low ionization enthalpy can be correlated with their high reactivity. In addition, you will notice two trends. The first, ionization enthalpy generally increases as we go across a period and decreases as we descend in a group. First, ionization enthalpy generally increases as we go across a period and decreases as we descend in a group. Okay, these trends are illustrated in figure 3.6a and 3.6b respectively for the elements of the second period and the first group of the periodic table. You will appreciate that ionization enthalpy and atomic radius are closely related properties. Ionization enthalpy and atomic radius. Atomic radius decreases, ionization enthalpy increases. To understand these trends, we have to consider two factors: the attraction of the electrons towards the nucleus, the repulsion of electrons from each other. Okay? The attraction of electrons towards the nucleus and the repulsion of electrons from each other. The effective nuclear charge experienced by a valence electron in an atom will be less than the actual charge on the nucleus because of the shielding or screening of the valence electrons from the nucleus by the intervening core electrons. The valence electrons means the electrons in the outermost shell, that is known as valence electrons. When the number of valence electrons increases, what will happen? The core electrons means inner electrons. Inner electrons are shielded the valence electrons from the nucleus by the intervening core electrons. The actual charge on the nucleus is shielded by the core electrons. So the valence electrons is actually not getting the actual charge of the nucleus. The effective nuclear charge experienced by a valence electrons in an atom will be less than the actual charge on the nucleus because of the shielding or screening of the valence electrons from the nucleus by the intervening core electrons. Lithium, its atomic number is 3. This is its nucleus. It contains 3 positive charge and this is the first this is the second orbit. Okay, here 2 electrons and here 1 electron. Okay, this is the outermost electron. The effective nuclear charge experienced by the valence electrons, that is less than the actual charge on the nucleus, because these valence electrons are shielded by the core electrons from the nucleus. Okay, so that effect is known as shielding effect. The valence electrons are shielded from the influence of the nuclear charge by the core electrons. That is known as shielding or screening effect. The valence electrons are not getting the actual influence of the nucleus because they are shielded by the core electrons. That is known as shielding effect. Okay. As a result, the valence electron experiences a net positive charge which is less than the actual charge of plus 3. So, the valence electrons will not get the actual charge of the nucleus, that is plus 3. In general, shielding is effective when the orbital in the inner shells are completely filled. When the inner shells are completely filled, the screening effect also increases. This situation occurs in the case of alkali metals. In the case of the alkali metals which has the ns outermost electron preceded by a noble gas electronic configuration. In the case of alkali metals, it has shielding effect is more because the ns outermost electron is preceded by a noble gas electronic configuration. For example, in the case of sodium, its atomic number is 11. Okay. Then this is the nucleus, it contains 11 positive charge, and this is the first orbit and it contains 2 electrons, and this is the second orbit, it contains 8 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then last orbit it contains only 1 electron. Okay, so 2, 8, 2, 8, 1. This is the outermost shell electron, and these are the core electrons. Up to here we know 2, 8, that is neon, atomic number 10. So this arrangement, that is the noble gas arrangement. So the inner shell, core shell is completely filled. So this outermost electron, this is the valence electron here in the case of sodium. It is more shielded from the nucleus because the core electrons, this core shell is completely filled. When the number of electrons in the core shell increases, the shielding effect also increases. So shielding effect is maximum in the case of alkali metals. Okay, understood? In the case of alkali metals which have a lone ns outermost electron preceded by a noble gas outer electronic configuration, it is a noble gas configuration. Its inner core means that is noble gas electronic configuration. So in the case of alkali metals which have a maximum shielding effect. Understood? In the case of alkali metals which have a lone ns outermost electron preceded by a noble gas electronic configuration. When we move from lithium to fluorine across the second period, successive electrons are added to orbitals in the same principal quantum level, and the shielding of the nuclear charge by the inner core of electron does not increases very much to compensate for the increased attraction of the electrons to the nucleus. Okay, when we move from lithium to fluorine across the second period, when we move from the left to right across a period, successive electrons are added to the orbitals in the same principal quantum level. Here, the shell number does not increases. The successive electrons are added to the same principal quantum number, principal quantum level, and the shielding of nuclear charge by the inner core of electron does not increases very much to compensate for the increased attraction of the electrons in the nucleus. Increased attraction of the electron to the nucleus. In this case, the nucleus attractive power is greater than the shielding effect. Thus, across a period, increasing nuclear charge outweighs the shielding effect. Consequently, the outermost electrons are held more and more tightly and ionization enthalpy increases across a period. Ionization enthalpy increases across a period. From left to right in a period, atomic radius decreases. ionization enthalpy increases. From left to right in a period, the electrons are added to the same principal quantum level. So, the shielding effect does not increase. The shielding effect remains the same. The nuclear charge increases. Nuclear charge outweighs the shielding effect. So, the size of the atom reduced. So, the ionization enthalpy increases. Okay, study very clearly. As we go down a group, the outermost electron being increasingly farther from the nucleus, there is an increased shielding of the nuclear charge by the electrons in the inner shell. In this case, increase in shielding outweighs the increasing nuclear charge, and the removal of outermost electron requires less energy down a group. Okay, as we move down a group, as we go down a group from top to bottom in a periodic table, here the atomic number increases, the number of principal quantum level also increases. The newly added electrons goes to next principal quantum level. In this case, the shielding effect is increased, and the shielding effect outweighs the nuclear charge. So, the atomic size increases and ionization enthalpy decreases. Ionization enthalpy decreases from top to bottom in a group. Ionization enthalpy increases from left to right across a period. Okay, students, study clearly because it is very important topic. Okay guys, study up to here. The remaining topic are also important. We will take in the next class. Okay, bye.